here are some highlights of this program.
Hello, everybody.
Welcome to Brainstorm exclusive interview.
Our education should be corrected, adapted, and updated.
Live better, they can send their children to school because they can interact with their authorities.
Mechanics, electricity, computer science, innovation,
And we know that is a brainstorm.
You yourself, after watching this interesting program, notice the final statement made by our notable guest, a brainy one. Welcome to Brainstorm Broadcast. In today's world, communication, transportation, and business have become global. Somehow you benefit. However, how can you account for this phenomenon? But today's theme is globalization, getting the best out of it. We're going to discuss some issues, globalization, blessing or a curse. What are some advantages and drawbacks of globalization? Here on this stage, we are honored to host a man whose name is Sam Chakala, teacher of English. We have the privilege to spend 26 minutes with him. Hello, sir.
Hello, how are you, Gay?
Yeah, I'm doing good.
I'm very delighted to be in your sites.
Yes, I am delighted. One more time to welcome you.
Yeah, that's good.
As usual.
Yeah, I love it so much.
Audience appreciate much your expertise when it comes to discussing many issues.
Yeah, that's really better because we are boosting population, okay, to not be in bad situation, okay. We every time that we often do, and what you do, I appreciate that because we are there for boosting people. We are there to make things in order, okay? We are there for aligning things and fixing other things, okay? In view of for making a good promotion of value, and I love it.
Globalization, getting the best out of it. So what does the concept globalization mean for you?
Yeah, thank you for the floor. When we talk about globalization, okay, globalization is the process of interconnectedness. If I'm talking about interconnectedness, it means among countries. We say trade, increased trade. We say, apart from trade, we say communication. Apart from communication, we see also culture exchanges. Apart from that, we see also, we say technological advancements. When we talk about globalization, we see trade, we see technological advancements, and also, okay, we see cultural, exchanges. So that's all about globalization.
These explanations are clear about globalization, as I can understand from your perspective. Ladies and gentlemen, what is globalization? Please watch this video and we'll be back.
As technology and transportation have advanced, business has become increasingly global. Globalization is defined as the increase in the flow of goods, services, capital, people, and ideas across international boundaries. It's had numerous effects, both positive and negative, on business and society. One benefit of globalization is widespread economic growth due to greater access to labor, jobs, and resources. Another is increased global cooperation. For a globalized economy to exist, nations must be willing to put their differences aside and work together. Because of this, globalization has been linked to reduced international conflict. Globalization also comes with downsides, one of which is environmental degradation. The increased transportation of goods causes greenhouse gas emissions and other pollutants, and infrastructure development has led to deforestation and loss of biodiversity worldwide. The good news is that business professionals willing to confront and prepare for globalization's opportunities and risks have the potential to benefit immensely, making a positive impact in the process. Do you want to learn more about the pros and cons of globalization? Use the links in the video description to visit our Business Insights blog and explore our online course, Global Business.
Why is it vital to handle this topic related to globalization?
Yeah, it's really important to handle this topic because now talking about this topic, as a business manager, because you received me as an English teacher, unfortunately, but you didn't align me as a business manager. So I'll be talking, developing this country, okay, according to the business. You know, when we talk about globalization, we see our business is extended normally. I give an example, okay, of iPhone, you know, a product of iPers. Okay, today we can see this mark everywhere, okay, from all walks of life. This means globalization, because when we talk about globalization, we see the integration of product, we see the integration of business. Okay, you are in Kinshasa, but you are consuming product coming from US, consuming product coming from Canada, and so on. This is what we call globalization. Okay.
So
it's really important to fix that, because we cannot develop a country. Globalization contributes also for economic growth of the country, because normally when we talk about development, or we talk about the growth of a country, we see globalization. It means today if DRC decide to implement something, okay, DRC will not keep it only in his own country. It will not be only kept in DRC. Okay, we need the promotion for making this thing being really popular international. We need to go into globalization. It means we have a society here. We implemented something here in DRC, but we have also to be not in US, UK, and so on. This is what we call globalization, integration, to integrate.
To integrate, this is a keyword. So I want you to make things clear. Is there any nuance between globalization and modernization?
Exactly. When we talk about the modernization, we see the transformation. When we talk about globalization, we see the integration. It means you are in the point B, but you decide to go to the point C, not C, but you go to the point D, point E. This is what we call globalization, to make things global. Okay, to globalize product, to globalize something. But when we talk about modernization, we see the transformation. When I'm talking about transformation, this only means that to make something, okay, to date. When I'm talking about to make something to date, it bring something to date. It means, okay, you know, at the time, people, they were reporting by manual paper like this. They were writing for reporting to their CEO, but actually or currently we don't use paper. Today we email through email. We have email, electronic address. It is a modernization. It means today, before making my report, I don't want to write a lot. I don't have time to write a lot. I go to my computer, I email my chief, I say everything, and so on. This is what you call modernization. It means to transform, to give opportunity, to see in what extent we can pick something which is taking us more time to bring it to narrow it, okay, in small time. You know, it is what we call modernization.
Thank you for your insight, but you know that there are a lot of expectations from Western countries. So we want to know if globalization can be achieved in the third world countries.
Okay. Yeah. Normally, globalization should normally achieve in the third sector of the world. You know, it should normally be achieved, because you know, when I told you, like I just told you here, that when we talk about globalization, we see the extension. We see it is expanding something. Which means you're not only in this point B, but you need to move on freely, across border. Because let me remind you again about globalization. Globalization, okay, when we talk about globalization, okay, we see the leading of global economy. When I'm talking about the leading of global economy, it is how to make your business, okay, how to make your business to date, how to bring your business to local, bring them from local to global. When we talk about global, we see countries from all walks of life. So, I mean, in this question, it's really confirmed that the globalization could be achieving phase.
Could be achieved. There are also some concern, in terms of equipment. That's why some think that is a great job. There is much to do in order to achieve globalization in a third world country. So now, in what field does globalization affect the new technology?
Yeah, I did also IT. IT, we say ICT, okay? Which mean information, communication technology.
And I hope you're good at that.
Yeah, this is the field, okay? Information, communication, and technology.
Yes, okay, but I think this will be broad, because when we talk about IT, it means there are many other aspects we can tackle.
Many aspects, many things that we can find there. We see programming, Today you are using a lot of apps in your phone. Sometime, okay, Google, okay, Play Store, and so on. Okay, you have dictionary. Okay, is a nice city. It is an information communication. Okay, technology. It's a technology. Okay, before being implementing, we call it in software science. We call it a programming. Why programming? Because we need to code. We need to give instruction. Okay, to your computer, to give an instruction. Okay, to your phone, to your application. Okay, it is what we call programming.
Yeah.
Because it means that your phone is manual, but because normally if you see a phone, yeah, it's good. It's good even from far. I can see that your phone is good. It's so beautiful. I found it and I love it. Okay?
I can feel from your statement that somebody who is knowledgeable about what we're discussing right now. But is globalization a blessing or a curse regarding social networks?
Globalization could be a blessing, but on the other hand, also globalization could also be a curse. So why a curse? Because our people, they are using social media here. Our people, they are using social media. Sometimes as a business manager, when I use social media, I use social media for making promotion of my product, making promotion of my company, my business. But what about others? Others, they are on social media for showing how they battle, for showing how, things. Others, they are there for promoting, making promotion of fake news. Okay, just say, so this kind of globalization cannot help us, to go ahead. Sometimes globalization is good when we are making promotion of qualities. This is good. But when it's about making promotion of battle, making promotion of body, the other biggest women, they are showing their body. Anti-values. This not good. Fake news, fake news. Every day we have fake news. You see, this one, the president say this, fake news. The president say this, fake news. We don't know where we should normally go to pick the good, information.
But I'd like you at the same time to take advantage of this program to tell folks how can they make good use of social networks regarding as far as globalization is concerned?
We need globalization because, normally you didn't ask me the question to know the link between social media and globalization. Because we cannot go into globalization without tools, without material, which help your globalization. Okay. Today we see Alibaba. Yeah, I know that all of you buy a product. You buy a product there. I mean, everybody, you are there buying products, to Alibaba. But it's a globalization. But why do we talk about globalization? Because Alibaba implementing some system which help the world to see, the product of its society everywhere. Alibaba. You know Alibaba now because he has an extension here in Kinshasa. You know Alibaba through technology, through social media. Okay, this is the good way of making promotion of social media. But if we are there on social media only for making promotion of fake news or making promotion of battle, anti-value, that's not good.
Yeah, I'm so pleased that when you explain things so clearly as this to help our friends watching now this program understand that the impact of globalization, mainly when it comes to social networks or social media, right? Ladies and gentlemen, we want to know, in addition to explanations on this stage, is globalization a blessing or a curse? So please watch and we'll be back.
In today's world, it's hard to escape the buzzword globalization. It's a term that has been thrown around for years, but what does it really mean? At its core, globalization refers to the increasing interconnectedness of the world's economies, cultures, and populations. It's a topic that has been a subject of debate and controversy, with some claiming that it's the key to our future prosperity, while others warn of its dangers. In this video, we'll explore the top pros and cons of globalization to help you understand this complex and fascinating phenomenon. Pros of globalization. Economic growth. Globalization has created new markets, increased competition, and led to the growth of international trade, resulting in economic growth and increased prosperity in many countries. Innovation. Globalization has facilitated the exchange of ideas and technology across borders, leading to innovations that have improved the quality of life for people all over the world. Cultural exchange. Globalization has made it easier for people from different cultures to interact and learn from one another, fostering cultural exchange and understanding. Reduced prices. Globalization has led to increased competition, which has resulted in lower prices for goods and services, benefiting consumers. Please like and subscribe if you want more content like this. It will really help grow this channel. Cons of globalization. Inequality. Globalization has led to the concentration of wealth and power in the hands of a few multinational corporations and wealthy individuals, exacerbating inequality both within and between countries. Cultural homogenization. Globalization has led to the spread of Western culture and values, which has led to the erosion of local cultures and traditions, leading to cultural homogenization. Environmental degradation. Globalization has led to increased consumption and production, which has put pressure on natural resources and led to environmental degradation. Exploitation. Globalization has led to the exploitation of workers in developing countries who are often paid low wages and work in poor conditions. Overall, globalization has its advantages and disadvantages. While it has the potential to create economic growth, innovation, and cultural exchange, it also has the potential to exacerbate inequality, lead to cultural homogenization, and result in exploitation. With the world becoming increasingly interconnected, it's important to acknowledge these challenges and work together to create a more equitable and sustainable global economy. Let's embrace the benefits of globalization while working towards minimizing its negative impacts, so we can build a better future for ourselves and generations to come.
Now, to what extent does globalization affect the business now we're in the business world?
Yeah, social media, out of social media, promotion.
What about trade?
Extension.
What about trade?
Even trade also, because globalization is important, because in the business we say you cannot start on the first day, you start in the first day on working on turning around the, in English we say to turn around the bush, okay, to turn around the bush, you cannot be in the circle. Business is not a circle, okay, where you are working only in the same system. We need to extend business, okay. Globalization, a businessman to not be only local, but to be international, to not only innovate, to not only invest in their own country, but to invest, okay, wherever in the world, to innovate wherever in the world, okay.
Yeah, you're going to give an example of business that made easier through globalization.
Yeah, I just gave you here the example of Alibaba. Okay, Alibaba is everywhere, Alibaba, everywhere. Yeah. We have the example of Amazon, everywhere, Amazon. They are not only for yours, but they are everywhere. This is the impact of globalization when we talk about it in business. You see, I give an example also. What again with Huawei? Okay, it's everywhere. I'm talking about also this brand Pepsi is everywhere. I took an example of Coca-Cola. Okay, it's everywhere. Okay, you can see this brand. Okay,
right.
This is the impact of globalization in business.
Well, now let's touch on culture, right? Should developing countries adopt their culture to that of developed countries in the name of globalization? Copy from outside simply because we want to promote globalization?
Not really. Not exactly. Globalization is really simple, okay? Globalization is really simple to understand. Like I told you here when you asked me the first question, I told you that when we talk about globalization, it means only integration. integration. When I'm talking about integration, I see you starting your business in Kinshasa, but you leave Kinshasa to go to Brazzaville, you leave Brazzaville to go to Angola, you leave Angola to go to Kenya. This is what we call globalization. Extension, to extend your business, your product everywhere. This is what we call globalization. So globalization is not only related to developed countries, no.
All right, so I want to know to what extent the globalization improve social life. For instance, here in the Congo, you think that globalization could improve social life for the better in any given state, namely in the Democratic Republic of Congo?
Unemployment. Today, even in DRC, we were looking for university. We were looking for people, partner, university to come to invest in Congo. Why? Because we want to lower the rate of unemployment. Today, if Amazon come to install here in Kinshasa, a lot of young people will have a job. This means this globalization can also help the country to lower unemployment.
Ladies and gentlemen, I think we can guess, you can guess from my friend or my guest here on this platform, clear explanations regarding globalization. You can learn a lot. So we want you to watch this following video on the negative and positive impact of globalization. Please watch.
This video will explain the impacts of globalization. The evidence of globalization is everywhere. But it is important to recognize that not everyone is in favor of it. Some groups argue that the TNCs, or the transitional corporations, are responsible for many of the world's environmental problems. These problems include global warming, the depletion of natural resources, and the production of harmful chemicals. Some groups also claim that the TNCs take advantage of developing countries by polluting industries in their borders, lodging their tropical forests, and exploiting their labors. Other concerns include the loss of local culture, the tendency for developed countries to interfere in the affairs of developing countries, and a reduced power of governments to control economic activity. However, there are people who support globalization and suggest it benefits individuals in the global community. The corner of the globalization claimed that it results in faster economic growth, quicker access to new technology, cheaper imports, and greater competition. Supporters of globalization argue that the globalization will make the world economy more efficient and will continue to create hundreds of millions of jobs, mainly in developing countries.
Right, we're moving little by little to the end of our talk show. It was very interesting. So I'd like you to tell clearly, according to your perspective, some advantages and drawbacks of globalization, honestly speaking, to the audience.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, let me try and align some advantages and disadvantages of globalization. First, I encourage globalization. I encourage it too much because globalization to lower the unemployment rate. Okay, globalization help us to discover much, okay, about new technologies and so on. So globalization help population, okay, to discover much about what they do. Okay, like I told you that globalization, it's only the process of interconnectedness. Okay. Of countries, this which is really related to cultural exchanges. You know, sometimes when you listen to American music, you don't only listen music, but you learn also the culture. This is globalization.
Okay.
So the disadvantages of globalization are really a lot. You know, see people, okay, launching or making promotion of fake news, okay, showing the body, okay, sex porn and so on is not the values. This expose us, this destroy our education. So what I can say about globalization, we need to know how to deal with globalization, because if this word globalization is not good understood, okay, people children will not be educated, because we don't go only to school to be educated, but even at home we are educated, because every time we are on TV, we are before TV, watching on TV. So we need to fix this world globalization. Globalization is good, but we have to know how to deal with this concept. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Sam Chakala, for joining us on this stage of this program. It was very interesting.
I really like it. It was a phantasmagorical show, and I like it so much.
But in the next days ahead, we'll be having other interesting issues.
Why not? I love it.
We are at the end of our talk show. It was very interesting. Globalization, getting the best out of it. We will discuss several aspects of this interesting topic. Ladies and gentlemen, we'd like you to stay tuned on the second national channel, RTC de Développement. Thank you so much for watching. Bye. Here are some highlights of this program.
Hello, everybody.
Welcome to Brainstorm exclusive interview.
Our education should be corrected, adapted, and updated.
Live better, they can send their children to school because they can interact with their authorities.
Mechanics, electricity, computer science, innovation, yeah.
And we know that is brainstorm.
Yourself, after watching this interesting program, notice the final statement made by our notable guest, a brand new one.